Over the course of the two Batman videos that we've done for the new LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, a lot of questions have been asked. Is the game really Arkham? I've seen Arkham content creators say that it's Arkham. I've seen LEGO people say Arkham. But what does it mean that it's Arkham? Well, today's video is going to show you why this is a fun rendition of Arkham for the LEGO fan base. What is happening, Internet? Kwing here, one of your co-hosts for Kwingsletsplays, and today we're doing a deep dive into what makes Legacy of the Dark Knight Arkham. Now, as you know, going way back in time to 2008 with LEGO Batman, the gameplay was very simplified. You'd punch people, there was an occasional grapple where you could grab and punch them and do some throws, and, you know, it was a fun little LEGO game, right? Where the LEGO games before was just punch, punch, people explode. So they added a little bit of variety to some of the LEGO Batman games. LEGO Batman 2, things got a little bit more, you know, there, and then LEGO Batman 3, they just forgot about it, and then they brought some stuff back for DC supervillains. But with the brand new LEGO game, they're definitely giving a throwback as well as telling people, hey, you don't have to wait 10 years for the next Arkham game, because the next Arkham game is coming to you next year, and it's done by Traveler's Tales. So TT Games really cooked when it came to the gameplay. In fact, it's different than any LEGO game that anyone has ever played. Now they can't make an excuse not to do like a LEGO Assassin's Creed thing because Traveler's Tales could do it. The gameplay now features the camera behind Batman in a third-person perspective. When you are in a fight, the camera will pan out a little bit the way it did in Arkham City, giving you a little bit more look around about what's going on, and then you can get into the free-flow combat as normal. So you'll punch thugs, go from one to the next, or henchman, or henchperson, whatever you want to say. And then you can counter, you can get away from them. I don't necessarily know if you could jump over them, because I haven't played yet. But I've seen people counter, I've seen people go into beatdown rushes, which, as you know, is done with the cape stun in Arkham. There is a variation of the beatdown rush, as in the Arkham games, with this LEGO one. Both Detective Gordon and Batman can do a form of beatdown rush. So that's great. When you are done beating up an enemy, usually there is a slow down takedown move, which is exactly what happens in the Arkham games. When Batman is getting ready to finish off an opponent, like as the last guy in a group, there's this really nice sequence where, you know, it slows down and we get to see that slow motion takedown. It's in Arkham City, it's in Arkham Knight, it's in Arkham Origins. And now it's in LEGO Batman 4, which we're just going to call it LB4 for now. Even though I know it's a reboot, it's a lot easier to talk like that. Saying Dark Knight Legacy or Legacy of the Dark Knight, I'm going to flub up my words eventually, so for the sake of my, own sanity, it's LB4, okay? So in LEGO Batman 4, there will be takedowns like that. I think you can do evasive rolls out of the way, but I like how in Arkham I can jump over people's heads. That way I can continue my combo going and, I can do all that other stuff. The takedowns in this game also can utilize gadgets. Now, I don't know specifically if you could start a fight in the new LEGO game, because I haven't played it. But I have seen instances in the fight where the back grapple is used. I don't know if that's a takedown specific for a fight, or if a content creator or a press person actually presses the button for the grapple, and then they're dragging the bad guy to them, which leads to a cool takedown. So I don't know if there's gadget integration the way that it's done in Arkham. But that's how, like, actual fisticuff combat works that you can see here. And I'm going to give you a little comparison. So this is what Arkham was like. You could jump over enemies, you could punch them, counter, break weapons. You could, like, throw gadgets like smoke bombs and batarangs and all kinds of stuff and integrate it into your combat. In this game, you can use the batarang in stealth to throw it and distract enemies and then go take them down with a stealth takedown, which is, you can do that in Arkham. I don't know if you can throw smoke bombs at them, though, because there wasn't a lot of gadgets available from what a friend tells me who attended Gamescom. The only thing you could do in the demo was you could throw the batarang and you could use the back grapple. The back grapple is used to basically grab enemies, and it can also be used for traversal. So you can get on top of gargoyles, you can, like, zip through the city using the bat grapple, and a lot of people from the footage that I've seen from IGN and stuff, they did, like, a lot of grappling, but they didn't do a lot of gliding. I prefer the gliding. That way I get to really enjoy the city, you know, instead of just zipping through it like I'm a speedrunner. But if you want to do that and traverse with the back grapple, you can do that. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of free roam to show you because that footage is very tight at the moment. So we'll be using Lego Batman 2 footage while discussing a lot of the free roam. But I want to get into the stealth of the game. So the stealth works just like Arkham. You'll be doing a lot of sneaking around, which is awesome. What we saw in the footage that I have is that Batman will sneak up behind enemies and he can do a stealth takedown. A very comedic one, you know, very Lego-like. He throws pies and he hits people with frying pans and all kinds of comedic stuff. But it's still satisfying to pull off. He does noogies and, you know, all kinds of things. He has a takedown from a grapple that he can do, but it's a very loud takedown. But for whatever reason, it didn't alert people to Batman's presence in the demo that I saw. So it's kind of like, okay, I guess, you know, either it's just a pre-alpha build and maybe they'll get alerted in the real game, or, you know, the Lego characters aren't really going to care. So I've seen a lot of instances where people start a loud takedown, which we would call a loud takedown in Arkham, and take out a guy, and then in this game, the other dude doesn't even know what happened until Batman's giving him a noogie, you know, that kind of thing. You can go inside the floor grates. Now, as far as I know, you can't pop out of the floor grates into a, you know, animated takedown like in Arkham. Arkham has floor takedowns, and it has, like, takedowns from vents and stuff like that. What I've seen people go is down into the, you know, the floor grates, and then they pop out from behind them, and he just does a normal takedown for a silent takedown that we've seen. So I don't think there's an actual signature takedown for when you're in the floor grates, but I could be wrong. Again, it's a pre-alpha build, so maybe they'll do more of that. Maybe they won't. I don't know. I do like how you can use the environment to, you know, make thugs go investigate things by making a lot of noise, and then you can go and take them down. That's a very stealth-oriented thing from the Arkham games, so that's fantastic. Let's talk about how Batman gets around. So in the game, you have the option of using the Batmobile, and now there's so many reports, okay? And I just want to get this out of the way. I think when the Traveler's Tales guy, not the lead, said that you can play as every Batmobile in the game, he's not really paying attention to how many Batmobiles there's been around. In the comics, there are new Batmobiles like almost 3 or 4 years since like the 1930s. What he should have said is you can play as every movie, TV show, and video game Batmobile, because that would be pretty easy. That'd be 15 Batmobiles right there. But playing as every comic Batmobile, that's going to be hard. There are some really famous ones. The, like, 1970s Corvette thing with the Batman face on the front of it, which was inspiration for Matt Reeves' The Batman. The more futuristic 80s and 90s Batmobile, which was blue and gold, which looked like something out of a sci-fi movie, which was dope. You have Jim Lee's Batmobile from the 2000s, Frank Miller's Tank Batmobile. You have the Batmobile used in The Long Halloween. You have the Batmobile used, like, pre-Crisis. You have the Batmobile from pre-Flashpoint, and the Batmobile from Flashpoint, and the Batmobile after Flashpoint. Then you have the DC New 52 Batmobile, which was pretty cool, and DC Rebirth and stuff like that. But you have to remember, each one of these different Batmobiles that was used, and I'm not even going to show you pictures of everything either, there's too many. So what they should have said is all movie Batmobiles, all TV show Batmobiles, which would be Adam West, Batman the Animated Series, The Batman, 04, Batman Brave and the Bold, Beware the Batman, and Cape Crusader. That's the 6 animated Batman shows. We've only had 6 animated Batman shows in the past 40 years. Before that, we had 2 Filmation Batman that basically used the Adam West Batmobile, just painted it blue and black. It's true, but, you know, yeah, you might want to backtrack with that a little bit, because you don't want to promise too much stuff, because 100 Batsuits and every Batmobile, I mean, that's like everybody's dream. Like, wow. But, yeah, I don't think so. I think all movie Batmobiles, all TV Batmobiles, and all, I don't know, video game Batmobiles. That'd be my guess. So anyway, you can summon the Batmobile. At the start of the game, you'll play as Matt Reeves' Batmobile. And then you can get other Batmobiles as you go, I believe by unlocking, like, red bricks or something like that, or maybe buying stuff in the game. I don't know. Lego Batman 1, you had to buy stuff at the Bat computer. Like, not real transaction, like in-game money. And maybe they're going to do the same thing again. Not sure. But you can pause the game at any time, and you can change Batman's suits, and you can change your Batmobile. So, it's very easy. You don't have to go to the Batcave. You don't have to go anywhere except for the pause menu, and boom, you're done. So, that's nice, right? For free roam, the cities are massive. Here is a look at how big the Gotham City is. Just like Arkham, it is going to be broken up into 4 islands, but these islands themselves are huge. Like, massive. In the demo, they only had this bit of land here that you see in the picture and that you can see in the footage. And then the rest of Gotham is separated through water. So there's massive bridges that you'll travel on, just like in Arkham Knight, to get across to other parts of Gotham. Now, here's the interesting thing that I'm pondering, okay? Since the Batman games are going to incorporate some of the movie elements, both Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin utilized different Batman vehicles like the Batboat, Batman Returns, and Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, to some regard. And the Batwing was also used in Batman 89, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, I believe. So we need to kind of see those things. Would be great, those additional vehicles. We're getting every Batmobile. Are we getting every Batboat and Batwing? That'd be kind of fun. Probably not, but again, those stories actually had... The Batwing plays a huge role in Batman 89. The Batboat plays a big role in Returns, Forever, and Batman and Robin. Because it's on ice. Which was weird, but it was still the Batboat. It was. At any time during the game, when you're in free roam, you can get into encounters with enemies, and you can battle it out Arkham style. So just like how you were patrolling in Arkham, and you see a group of enemies and you want to go beat their face in, you can do the same thing in this Lego game. Batman can be on a rooftop, and all of a sudden he sees a bunch of bad guys, like, trying to mess with, like, an innocent civilian. Then he decides to drop down and get into some cool combat stuff. So, that, again, is very Arkham. There will be Riddler trophies and Riddler-related things that you will do in Gotham. And the Riddler will taunt you consecutively, the way he does in Arkham. I don't know what the Riddler is going to look like. I hope he looks like the animated series. I do not like the weird Riddler from Matt Reeves' thing. I think that's a terrible design. And if they could do a combination design like they did of Danny DeVito and Colin Farrell's Penguin into one person, I really hope they combine elements of the Batman animated series or Batman Forever Riddler with the Riddler from the Batman. Again, I did not care for the design of the Batman Riddler, so I really hope Riddler looks cool. For me personally, the pinnacle design for the Riddler is Batman the Animated Series. That is peak. It is both terrifying, sophisticated, and it looks like the Riddler for a modern age. You can't go wrong with that, okay? So, I really hope the Riddler design is peak. I really do. But, yeah, so you can go around the city, you can beat up guys, just like in Arkham, and you'll be having side missions, just like Arkham. So, you can see that this Lego game has gone out of its way to completely change its DNA to become Arkham. And that's not a bad thing. Because we have no idea what Rocksteady's going to do. I'm not really excited about Rocksteady's new Batman game because they don't have their head in the right place. The people over at Traveler's Tales, you know, they decided to utilize a bit of the original engine from Arkham City. And with this free roam environment, it's a perfect way to implement that. Now, I don't know how many characters will be playable in this game, but based on the camera angles, I don't think it's going to be a lot because they've completely changed how Lego games are played. Lego games, like, look at this, Lego Batman 1 and Lego Batman 2. They had more of a top-down look to the camera for the Lego characters, so you can see what you're doing, you can find studs. It wasn't about zooming in to see what the character model looks like. Whereas here, in this game, you can see that it has definitely more of a third-person friendly camera angle, which will probably, you know, zoom out when you're playing couch play with another person. I actually haven't played with 2 people, and I haven't seen a lot of 2-player footage, so I don't know how they're going to utilize couch co-op, but couch co-op is in the game. But you can definitely see the comparisons between Arkham and Lego. I mean, it's there. People saying that it's just going to be like your regular Lego game. No, they've completely changed things forever. There's no going back now. Now they need to do Assassin's Creed. Now they need to do some other 3D games that, you know, would make great Lego versions of. But anyway, now I want to hear from you guys and gals. Based on everything you saw in this video, do you agree with me that it totally is like the new Arkham? Or do you still see a lot of, like, Lego instances of it still being the same Lego game that you've played to death for almost 20 years? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, all your comments that I find interesting will be read aloud in a special Q&A video that'll be releasing this Thursday. So there's still more LEGO news coming your way, but it's more of like accumulation of everything that happened. There's still some speculation videos that were released, so make sure you guys subscribe and you don't miss anything fun, because I'm still going to be doing deep dives into this LEGO game for quite a while. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are breathtaking. Also, thank you guys so much. We had about 15 new members because of that previous video, so you guys are amazing. If you want to help out the channel, always looking for new members. We lost a bunch of members because of a shady company. So if you want to help keep us on the air, and you know, $5 a month becoming a member allows us to do these type of news videos and not have to stream for like 12, 11 hours a day. But thank you guys so much for watching the content. You guys are amazing. God bless. Happy gaming. I will see you later, Gothamites. Peace.
Huh? Nice outfit. Sometimes if you draw a bad hand, you're just gonna burn the deck. Burn, baby, burn!
We need to stop him before he sends this whole facility into meltdown.
Agreed.
Hold on.